the world's great novels. The NBC University of the Air presents the third episode in its four-part dramatization of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, another in its series of books that live, the world's great novel.
In the third year of the Revolution in France, the year 1792, Charles Darnay, last descendant of the family of Saint-Evremond, so hated by the French Republic, has left his quiet home in England, his wife and their child, and set out for Paris, hoping to save a friend who is in danger and all unknowing of the peril in which he is placing his own life. The traveler fared but slowly on his way from England towards Paris in the autumn of the year 1792. For every town gate and village taxing house had its band of citizen patriots ready with muskets to stop all comers and goers, inspect their papers, send them on or stop them as their fancy deemed best for the good of the new republic of liberty, equality, fraternity, or death. Charles Darnay had not gone far when he realized that for him there was no turning back along that road until he should have been declared a good citizen at Paris. And he admitted to himself that had he known of the difficulties, he might not have made the journey. Still, he had no fear of danger, even when at Beauvais he was forcibly provided with an escort of 2 patriots. And as the 3 rode on to Paris, he realized the seriousness of his situation only when they were stopped at the barriers of the city.
Hold there, citizen. Not so quickly. Where are the papers of this prisoner?
If you please, citizen.
Well?
I am no prisoner, but a free traveler. These men are my escort.
Where are the papers of this prisoner?
I have them, citizen. Voila. In my cap. Here they are.
Let me see. What? Charles Darnay. You are Charles Darnay?
That is my name.
You will dismount from your horse and come with me.
Citizen, it is imperative.
You will dismount from your horse and come with me. You 2 men may return to your village. Vive la République!
Vive la République! Can you not see that my papers are in order?
Follow me into the guard room.
Whom have we here, Citizen Defarge?
Marquis de Saint-Evremond, calling himself Charles Darnay.
This is Evremond?
This is the man.
So, your age, Evremond?
37.
Married, Evremond?
Yes.
Where married?
In England.
Without doubt. Where is your wife, Evremond?
In England.
Without doubt. You are consigned, Evremond, to the prison of La Force.
Prison? In the name of heaven, under what law? For what offense?
We have new laws since you were here, Evremond, and new offenses.
But I have a right.
Emigrants have no rights, Evremond. Citizen Defarge, you will see to this matter.
I will see to it, citizen. Come with me, Evremond.
Vive la République!
La République. This way.
But this is impossible.
Enough. Tell me one thing. Is it you who married the daughter of Dr. Manette, once a prisoner in the Bastille?
Yes. But how did you...
My name is Defarge.
Oh.
I keep a wine shop in the Quartier de Saint-Antoine. You have heard of me?
Defarge. Yes. My wife came to your house many years ago to find her father.
In the name of the shop, female called La Guillotine. Why did you come to France?
I hardly know now. I am lost here. Will you help me?
No.
Tell me one thing. When I am in prison, shall I be able to communicate with anyone?
You will see.
But I am not to be buried there.
What then? Other people have been buried in worse prisons before now.
But never by me, Citizen Defarge. Please, it is important to me that one thing be done. There is a Mr. Lorry here in Paris with Kelton's Bank. I only want him to know that I am in prison. will you do that for me?
I will do nothing for you, Evremond. My duty is to my country and the people. I am the sworn servant of them against you. No, I will do nothing for you. Voici, the prison of La Force.
What is this, citizen? You have not brought me another prisoner.
The emigrant Evremond.
What the devil? How many more of them?
I leave him in your charge. Here are his papers.
Aye.
Take them and be quiet. Farewell, Evremond.
Papers, prisoners. In secret, too. As if there weren't enough.
What is that? In secret?
You will see. Come with me, emigrant. In here, Evremond, with the rest of the nobility.
See, my friends, a new companion in misfortune. I welcome you, good sir, to La Force.
Thank you, monsieur.
The Vicomte de Sèvres, at your command. May your calamity be a short one. It would be impertinence elsewhere, but may we ask your name and condition?
Charles, Marquis de Saint-Evremond.
Oh, again, welcome. But tell me, I hope you are not to be kept in secret.
I have heard them say so.
We regret it. But sometimes it has not lasted long. I agree to inform all of you in secret.
Come along, Evremond. No more of this.
Our good wishes, monsieur.
Farewell, monsieur.
This is your cell.
Means alone, then? In secret? Why am I to be alone?
How do I know?
I can buy pen and paper.
Such are not my orders. You can buy your food and nothing more. Get in. Get in!
Paces by 4.5. 5 paces by 4.5. He made shoes, the doctor. He made shoes. He made shoes. 5 paces by 4.5. Oh, Lucie. Lucie.
Mr. Jarvis Lorry, having come to Paris to do his duty as he saw it in the service of Tellson's Bank, found the violence which was so accepted there almost more than he could endure. He therefore stayed close to the bank, which occupied one wing of a building formerly the town palace of a great noble, whose servants had surrendered it eagerly to the uses of the Republic to absolve themselves from the sin of having drawn his high wages. Mr. Lorry even kept his lodgings in one of the bank's rooms, and the patriotic character of the rest of the building gave him a kind of security there. Still, when the nights fell, and he sat listening to the unearthly noises of the city, he would shiver and keep his blinds tightly closed and start whenever the great bell sounded at the gate. And it was thus his two visitors found him.
Yes? Who's there? Lorry. Thank heaven you are here.
Manette. Lucie, what are you doing here? What's happened?
Oh, my dear friend, it is my husband. It is Charles.
Charles? What of Charles? I left him safe in London.
He is here.
Here? In Paris?
He left London without telling me. Sent me a letter after he was gone. We came as quickly as we could.
Is anything wrong?
Mr. Lorry, he is in prison.
Great heavens.
They arrested him at the barrier.
How did you find this out?
It was father.
I was a Bastille prisoner, Laurie. Remember? It is a kind of charm now.
We were stopped a long time. Poor little Lucie. She was so frightened.
You haven't brought the child. She is here. And Miss Pross, too. Pross would not stay behind. We had to bring them. But that was madness.
Mr. Lorry, have you heard anything? Do you think he is safe?
About Charles, I know nothing.
Well, you say that as if you...
You must be calm, my dear. Nothing can be done tonight. I don't know what can be done. I know, my friend. There is not a patriot in France who does not love me for my old pain. You think you can help me? I am sure of it. My name got us past the barrier. My name will free Charles.
What is that sound?
It is coming from the courtyard. They are back again. Every hour, they're back. Lucie, come away from the window. Don't look out. Don't.
I will. I must know. Father!
My dear, what is it? Laurie, what are they doing?
Oh,
the crowd and that grindstone. Well, you have seen it now. They come to sharpen their knives.
Knife?
They are murdering the prisoners.
Oh, Charles.
Doctor.
Oh, no.
If you're sure of what you say, if you really have some power, go down there. Have them take you to the prison. Which prison is it? La Force. La Force! Hurry, Manette, hurry. Yes, I will go at once. Keep Lucie here. Keep her safe. Lucie, my dear, come away from the window.
No, I must look. If anything happens to Father...
Courage, my dear. There he is. There at the center of the crowd.
They are listening to him.
Help for his children. Help for every man. Vive Manette! You must be a prisoner.
They'll take him to the prison. There may be some hope. May heaven speed your father on his errand.
No news yet, Pross?
No one has come, Lady Bird.
Oh, Father has been gone so long. A whole day and night. Pross, what is Charles?
Now, Lady Bird, the doctor will keep him safe. I'd like to get my hands on some of those murdering patriots. I'd show them what an Englishwoman can do.
We must stay here, in our lodgings. We must do as Mr. Lorry told us.
I'm saying. I'm only saying what I'd like.
Pross, is little Lucie asleep?
Ah, that she is, the little darling.
Mr. Lorry, dear friend at last, is there any news?
I have heard from your father.
Yes?
He thinks it best to stay at La Force a little longer, but Charles is safe.
Oh, thank heaven. Has he been able to send me any word?
There is a note. Monsieur Defarge brings it. He's gone to find his wife. They will be here directly.
Monsieur Defarge?
Remember, he was your father's old friend. It was a great favor that this note was allowed at all. Hush. I hear them coming.
Oh, stay by me, Pross.
I'll stay, Lady Bird, though I don't know a word of this French jabbering.
Here is my wife.
Good citizen. Citizeness, you have word from my husband?
It is so?
Here is the note. We have seen it.
Yes. Dearest, courage, my father. Our child, it is true. He is safe. Oh, you were so kind to bring it. Let me kiss your hand, citizen.
Keep away.
But
My dear, Madame Defarge has come to see you so that she may protect you.
Protect me?
Yes. There are frequent uprisings in the streets. Madame Defarge wishes to be able to identify you so that she may keep you from harm. I state the case, Citizen Defarge.
It is so.
Pross, you had better bring the child here. Let the madame see her also.
I'll bring her, but let that bold face put a hand on. What says the ugly one?
Only that she will get the child. She has been with Dr. Manette in England for many years, and she knows no French.
So, come then, my pretty. Only for a moment. Is that his child?
Yes, madame. This is our poor prisoner's little daughter.
It is enough, my husband. I have seen them. We may go.
Citizeness, wait.
Well?
You will be good to my poor husband. You will help me to see him if you can.
Your husband is not my business here. It is your father's daughter who is my business here.
For my sake, then, be merciful. We are more afraid of you than anyone.
What was it your husband said in that little letter? Did he not say something about influence?
He said my father had much influence around him.
Surely it will release your husband. Let it do so.
But I beg you, do not use your power against my husband. Use it to help me. As a wife and mother, I beg you.
The wives and mothers we have been used to see since we were as little as this child have not been greatly considered, eh, Defarge?
No.
We have known their husbands and fathers laid in prison and kept from them long enough. All our lives we have seen wives and mothers and their children suffer poverty and oppression and neglect, eh?
We have seen nothing else.
We have borne this a long time. Judge you then. It is not likely that the trouble of one wife and mother could be much to us now.
And so in that strange world, more of the dead than of the living, there passed a year and 3 months. A year and 3 months in which, through all France, there was no pity, no peace, no pause in the relentless terror, in which one hideous figure grew as familiar as though it had come into being with the foundations of the world, the figure of the sharp female called La Guillotine. But through the darkness of that time, Dr. Manette moved coolly, confidently, ministering to the hospitals and the prisons, a new strength in him born of his old suffering, sustaining his belief that one day his power and influence would deliver the husband of his child. And through it all, Lucie carried on her household and cared for her daughter and kept her grief within herself. Except sometimes during the 2 hours of every day when she stood in a certain alleyway below the walls of the prison of La Force, where she could be seen by but could not see her husband. The alley was all vacant wall and emptiness, but for the hovel of a wood sawyer, who kept himself busy and apparently noticed her but rarely.
Walking here again, citizeness?
You see me, citizen?
Yes, yes. Forever walking. Forever looking up at those brave walls of the fortress, eh?
You mistake, citizen. May one not walk?
Oh, indeed, indeed. It is not my business. You have a child with you sometimes. She is not here today?
No.
And the little citizeness walks too and looks up. Well, many can look in, many can go in, but few can come out, except to take the jolly ride in the little cart. Oh, she is a brave barber, our little Saint-Guillotine. It is so?
Yes, brave.
Yes, but she is not my business. My work is my business. My saw. I call it my little guillotine. Watch here. And off comes his head.
Oh, no.
This is the firewood guillotine. See here again. And off her head comes. And all the family. Oh, yes. A brave barber. She will shave them all as quick as firewood. And vive la République.
This for a year and 3 months, while every night the list was read out at the prison, and those names said their farewells and went the next day to their trials, and from thence to take their places in the tumbrils, bringing the sharp lady her daily ration. But at the end of that time...
Lucie, I have news.
What news, Father?
I have received information. Charles is summoned for tomorrow.
For tomorrow?
He has not yet received the notice, but I am sure of it.
Oh.
Are you afraid?
Yes.
My poor child, you must trust in me.
Oh, Father, I do.
There is no time to lose. But I am well prepared. There is much to do.
Father, if they should condemn him...
They will not. He will be back with you in a few hours, Lucie. I will make sure of everything. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing.
Charles Vraiment, called down there. The public prosecutor will read the accusation.
Charles Vraiment, called Darnay, is accused by the Republic as an immigrant, a friend to England, and an enemy of the people. His life is declared forfeit to the Republic, the people's decree having banished all immigrants on pain of death.
Will you plead guilty, Vraiment?
So please the court, not guilty.
Did you not live for many years in England, Evremond?
I did.
Then why are you not an immigrant?
Because I left of my own free will, to live by my own industry instead of by the industry of the people.
But you married in England?
I married a French woman.
Her name and family?
Lucie Manette, only daughter of the good physician, Dr. Manette.
Truly, the doctor is a good man.
But why did you not return to France before you did?
I had no means of earning a living here. I returned only to save a friend, an old servant who was in danger. Is that criminal in the eyes of the Republic?
No! Where is that man?
As the court knows, I was unable to rescue him. But there was a letter from him among my papers. I trust it is in the court's possession. It will prove what I have said.
That will do, Vraiment. Call the witness, Alexandre Manette, physician.
Vive le docteur! Vive le docteur!
Poor Capel. If he had lived, Doctor, I came to save him and he could save me today.
I have seen to it that his letter is on the president's bench. Now, it is my turn.
Dr. Manette, you have known the accused for many years.
He was my first friend in England. He has always been devoted to my daughter and myself.
What do you know of his friendship with the enemy English government?
Friendship? He was tried for his life in England as its foe.
Truly, this Evremond is not our enemy.
I cannot be our enemy. You are sure of this fact, Doctor?
Monsieur Laurie of Telsonsbank is here in the court. He will stand by me. He, too, was witness at the trial.
Enough, Citizen President. Let the votes be counted.
What is your vote, then, citizen?
Live Evremond! Freedom for Evremond! Live Evremond! Freedom for Evremond! Freedom for
Charles, I can hardly believe you're really here.
It's true, my darling, nonetheless.
Oh, so long. Such a terrible long time.
And for me, when I had no one. But it is over now.
Yes. Yes, it is over.
Thanks be to God.
I have thanked him, Father. I've thanked him on my knees as I prayed to him all the while.
And you, Doctor, no other man on earth could have done what you did for me.
For you, Charles, and for my child. She brought me back to life. If I had failed to save you for her, I would have been a poor creature indeed.
And now, Father, now, may we not go home soon?
I fear not, dearest.
If we could get back to England, all of us, out of this terrible city.
Not yet, my child. It would not be safe for Charles to try to leave.
Your father is right, Lucie. When we leave, it must not look like a flight.
No, it would be very unsafe. We must stay here yet a while.
But it is not safe here, either. I know it.
Safe as anyone can be in Paris? After all, I was set free today. I am a good citizen now.
Yes, Lucie, you saw how the people carried him home on their shoulders.
There is no reason for them to change their mind.
Perhaps not. And yet I am afraid.
Lucie, dear, you have been so brave.
I know, Father. But it is just that I have him back now. And yet there are so many, as innocent as he, who die every day.
Dearest, try not to think of it. Let us pretend we are at our own fireside in London.
No, no, I cannot, Charles. There were no tumbrils rolling in London.
Keep your courage up, dear heart. We shall be away before long.
What was that?
I heard nothing.
Oh, nor I. Oh, what a state you are in, my dear. You are startled by nothing at all.
I thought I heard French feet on the stairs.
Well, if you did, you only hear Prost coming back from her marketing. She is a...
Father! Hide Charles!
Lucie,
Save him!
dear. My child, I have saved him. What weakness is this? Let me go to the door. Who are you, citizen? What do you want?
The citizen Raymond, called Darnay.
Who seeks him?
We seek him. I know you, Raymond. I saw you before the tribunal this morning.
Well, I am Raymond.
You are again the prisoner of the Republic.
Charles!
What is this?
Why am I a prisoner again?
It is enough that you return straight to the conciergerie. You are summoned for tomorrow.
Citizen, you have said that you know him. Do you know me?
We all know you, Citizen Doctor.
Then tell me, how does this happen?
He has been denounced to the section of Saint Antoine. Saint Antoine accuses him.
For what?
Citizen Doctor, you must be honored to make sacrifices to the Republic. Raymond, we are pressed.
Very well, I am coming.
One word. Who denounces him?
It is against the rule to tell. But he is denounced most gravely by the citizen and citizeness Defarge.
So they have done this.
And by one other.
What other? I demand an answer.
Then you shall have your answer, Dr. Manette. Tomorrow.
A man may have his foot even past the door-sill of freedom, but Saint Antoine has waited a long time.
A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens is one of the world's great novels, brought to you each week by the National Broadcasting Company. Listen next week to the final episode of A Tale of Two Cities. And remember, there is a world of information and entertainment to be found in your local public library. To enhance your enjoyment of this series, we recommend the Handbook of the World's Great Novels, which you may obtain by sending 25 cents to World's Great Novels, Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27, New York. That's Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27. A Tale of Two Cities is adapted for radio by Clarence A. Ross. The music was composed by Dick Shores, and the orchestra was directed by Bernard Berquist. The entire production was under the direction of Homer Heck. Geraldine Kay is featured as Lucie, Maurice Copeland as Dr. Manette, and Ken Nordine as Charles Darnay. Jarvis Laurie is played by Jess Pugh, Defarge by Ken Griffin, and Madame Defarge by Renee Rodier. The narration by Sherman Marks. Others were Hope Summers, Boris Aplon, Charles Mountain, Cliff Norton, and Les Spears. This is John Conrad. This program comes to you from Chicago and is a presentation of the National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations. A man may have his foot past the doorstep of freedom, but the 100 years following the French Revolution have shown us that freedom cannot be preserved by singing the Marseillaise or the Star-Spangled Banner. Survival of our rights and freedoms requires that each of us carry out to his fullest ability his duties as a citizen. Freedom is everybody's business. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. The world's great novels. The NBC University of the Air presents the fourth and final episode in its dramatization of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, another in its series of books that live the world's great novels.
Charles Dickens, imprisoned by the Republic for a year and 3 months after his return to France, was finally released after trial because of the influence and popularity of his father-in-law, Dr. Manette. But within a few hours, he has been arrested again to be held for trial the next day, denounced by people of the quarter of Saint-Antoine in Paris. While Darnay, a free man for so short a time, counts the hours behind the gray walls of the conciergerie, while his wife Lucie and her father pray helplessly through the endless night, a new arrival on the scene sits with Mr. Jarvis Lorry in that gentleman's rooms above Tellson's Bank, laying certain plans which may or may not be of use.
I'm glad to see you here, Mr. Carton, but I still can't understand what you're doing in Paris.
As I told you, Mr. Lorry, there was little to keep me in London. I came to be useful.
Heaven grant you may be. Poor Charles. It is a cruel thing.
Perhaps Dr. Manette will be able to help him again tomorrow as he did today. The trial is tomorrow, isn't it?
I believe so.
They're bragging in the streets that the little barber shaved off the heads of 63 today.
Yes.
No man's life is worth the purchase. I don't know if we can depend on the doctor for tomorrow.
What then?
I'm not sure, Mr. Lorry. I roamed the streets for a while this evening before I came to you. I happened on an old acquaintance.
Someone who can help us?
Not much. But if things go badly for Charles, he'll arrange for me to see Charles once.
But that will not save him.
I don't say it will.
And there is nothing to be done. Nothing.
Lucie. Mr. Lorry, how does she look?
Unhappy and very beautiful.
Yes. Very beautiful. Yours is a long life to look back on, Mr. Lorry.
78 years.
If you could say in your heart tonight, I have earned the love and respect of no one. I have done nothing good to be remembered by. Your 78 years would lie heavy on you, would they not?
I think they would, Mr. Carton. But why should you think of this? You're young.
Yes, I'm young. But my kind of youth doesn't lead to age. Enough of me. Where's my coat?
Where are you going, Mr. Carton?
Who knows? I shall be at the court in the morning. And may it be a happier day than this.
Behind the lighted windows of Paris, people are going to rest. The streets are quiet. And in them, a tired and restless man walks to the beat of ancient words remembered dimly.
I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die.
Prosecutor will read the accusation. Charles Evermond, called Darnay, is indicted as a suspicious and denounced enemy of the Republic, an aristocrat and member of a family of tyrants. By whom is the accused denounced? By 3 voices. Ernest Defarge, wine vendor of Saint-Antoine. By Therese Defarge, his wife. By Alexander Manette, physician.
This is a fraud. The accused is the husband of my daughter. Where is the man who says I did not him?
Your duty is to the Republic, Citizen Manette. Be silent and hear what follows. I call the witness, Ernest Defarge.
Ernest Defarge! Ernest Defarge!
Citizen Defarge, you will tell the court what you know of the past history of the citizen Dr. Manette.
I was his servant long ago. I was only a boy when he was imprisoned. He was released in my care after 18 years. Out of his mind and half dead.
You did good service at the taking of the Bastille, citizen.
I believe so.
My husband was the best patriotaire. Everyone knows it.
Citizen Defarge, inform the tribunal what you did that day in the Bastille.
I knew that the doctor had been kept in a cell numbered 105, North Tower. I examined that cell. I found a written paper hidden behind the stone in the chimney. Here is the paper. It is in the writing of Dr. Manette.
The public prosecutor will read the paper.
I, Alexander Manette, unfortunate physician, write this in my cell in the Bastille during the last month of the year 1767. I write under every difficulty, hoping that some
hand may find it when I and my sorrows are dust. In the third week of December, in the year 1757, I was walking by the Seine on a cloudy night when a carriage passed me and stopped just ahead. By the time I came up with it, 2 men wrapped in cloaks had gotten out.
You are Dr. Manette?
I am?
We have been to your residence and were told that you might be walking this way. Will you please enter the carriage?
May I know who does the honor to seek me? And what is the nature of the case?
Your clients are people of condition. You will know the nature of the case when you see it. Will you enter the carriage?
They were armed. I was not. I could do nothing but comply. We passed the North Barrier and came out on the country road and stopped at a solitary house where I perceived the men to be twin brothers. I was taken to an upper chamber where I found a beautiful young girl tossing and shrieking in a high fever of the brain.
My brother, my husband, my father, my brother.
How long has this lasted?
This is our last night.
She has a husband, a father, and a brother?
She has a brother.
You are not her brother?
No, monsieur.
I gave the girl a sedative and sat down by the side of the bed with the 2 brothers watching me. After perhaps half an hour, I was informed that there was another patient. One of the brothers led me back to a back room, a kind of loft, and I found there a young peasant boy dying of a wound. Monsieur, how has this been done?
Crazy young dog. He forced my brother to draw on him. He fell by my brother's sword, like a gentleman.
Doctor?
Yes, my boy?
They are very proud, these nobles. They plunder us, beat us, kill us. But we have a little pride left, too. Have you seen her?
Yes.
My sister? She was a good girl, Doctor. She was betrothed to a good man, too. A tenant of his. This man here. We were all tenants of his. She married, and in a few weeks, that man's brother saw her. He asked that she be lent to him. What do our marriages mean to them? They tried to persuade her husband to use his influence, to make her willing. Shall I tell you how? They harnessed him to a cart and drove him. They kept him in the swamps all night to quiet the frogs. It is among the rights of the nobles. But he was not persuaded. They took him out of his harness one day, and he died in her arms.
Nothing could have held life in the boy but his determination to tell all his wrong. He held back death with his clenched right hand, which covered his wound.
They took my sister away, and my father's heart burst. There was no one left but my younger sister. I took her away, far away, where they'll never find her.
And then I came here. I found him, brother. Lift me up, Doctor.
Yes, my boy.
Lift me up. Where is he?
He is not here.
But you are here, Marquis. You are here. In the days when these things are to be answered for, I summon you and yours to the last of your bad race to answer for them. I mark you with a cross of blood.
His finger was raised for an instant, and then I laid him down, dead, and returned to my other patient, the girl. I repeated the medicines I had given her, and sat waiting there a day and a night, but I had no hope for her. Sometimes the Marquis would come into the room.
Is she dead?
Not yet, but she will die.
Doctor, when I found my brother in difficulty with these hands, I recommended you. You are a young man with your fortune to make. You know, of course, that these things are to be seen and not spoken of. Do you honor me with your attention, Doctor?
In my profession, monsieur, the communications of patients are always held in confidence. My patient lingered for a week. I could not learn her name. She only shook her head on the pillow and kept her secret. At last, she died. The two brothers offered me money, which I refused, and I was taken back to my home. Wishing to relieve my mind, with little hope that the matter would ever be heard of, I determined to write a letter to the minister, telling him what I had seen. I delivered my letter to the minister, and that night a man rang at my gate. An urgent case in the Rue Saint-Honoré. He had a coach in waiting, and it brought me here, to this prison, to my grave. If it had pleased God to put it in the hearts of those two brothers, or these frightful years, to bring me any news of my dear wife,
For my little Lucie, I might have thought that he had not quite abandoned them. But it is not so. And them and their descendants, to the last of their race, I, Alexander Manette, in my unbearable agony, denounce to the times when these things shall be answered for. I denounce them to heaven and to earth.
Hear me, citizens!
The citizeness Defarge would speak.
I will tell the tribunal my secret. What I have hidden all these years. I was not born among the fishermen of the seashore, as my husband believed. I was carried there by my brother. I am that younger sister of that boy who was killed by every moment. That boy was my brother. That girl was my sister. Those dead are my dead. The summons to answer for those things descends to me. Answer the summons for me, citizens. Answer!
Yes? Oh, it's you, Mr. Lauder.
Dr. Manette's not back yet, Carton.
No sign of him. What can he be doing until midnight?
He had many people to go to. This absence is better than bad news.
I fear the news will be bad no matter what he does.
Manette, at last. Were you able to...
Where is it? I must have it. Where is it? Where is it? My workbench. My shoes. What have they done with my work? What have they done?
Small wonder he's lost his mind again after today.
That's the last chance gone. And not much of a chance at that.
We'd better take him to Lucie.
Yes, we'll have to. But first, I want you to promise me something, Mr. Lorry.
What is it?
You're not to ask any questions. Just listen. And promise to do as I say.
Say on. The pigs.
Let me look in the doctor's coat.
What have you done with them?
Oh, yes. Here it is, thank God.
What is it?
They're not here.
Just a moment. Here. Take this certificate of mine.
It's my pass to leave the city.
Sidney Carton, Englishman.
Keep it for me until tomorrow. Now, take this paper of Dr. Manette. It's another pass for him and his daughter and her child, you see?
Yes, yes.
Put it away with mine and your own. It's good until it's recalled. But it may be recalled at any moment.
They're not in danger.
They're in great danger. Madame Defarge is going to denounce them, too.
What? How do you know?
I went to the wine shop after the trial today. I pretended not to know any French. They didn't bother to keep still in front of me. I heard the words from Madame's own lips.
Heaven save them.
You will save them, Mr. Lorry.
But how?
I'm going to tell you. You have money. You can buy the quickest means of travel. Have your coach and horses ready to start at 2 in the afternoon tomorrow.
It shall be done.
Go to Lucie tonight. Tell her everything depends on her leaving Paris with you at the exact hour. Have the coach here in the courtyard. The moment I get there, take me in and drive away.
I'm to wait for you under all circumstances.
You have my certificate, remember? Keep my place in this field and then for England. Promise me that nothing will make you change this course.
Nothing, Carton.
Remember it tomorrow. Change or delay for any reason, and everything is lost.
I shall not forget. I hope to do my part faithfully.
And I hope to do mine, Mr. Lorry. And now, goodbye.
And through those halls of death, Sidney Carton walked with an old acquaintance.
Darnay is in a cell alone, I hope, Mr. Barsad.
Shh, don't use that name. You want me head to roll off?
Better yours than many that will, Mr. Barsad. But you're right. I have need of you.
This business is risky enough as it is. I don't know why I agreed to it.
You had no choice, as you'll remember. Your head would roll for certain were I to tell the Republic that you were once a paid spy of the English government.
Enough of that, will you? I'm doing my part, ain't I? Here's the cell.
No.
Going alone. Now remember, time is short.
Yes.
Who's there? I can't see.
Quiet, Darnay. It's I, Sidney Carton.
Carton? The last man on earth? You're not a prisoner.
No, I have influence with one of the turnkeys. He brought me here. I bring a request from your wife.
What is it?
You have no time to ask me what it means. You must only do as I say. Take off your boots.
My boots?
Yes, your boots. Take them off and put mine on.
But Carton...
Hurry. Now, the cravat. Come along.
Carton, there's no escape from this place. He will only die with me.
Have I asked you to escape? Take my coat and give me yours.
This is madness.
Do I ask you to pass the door? Now, shake your hair out, as mine is.
Carton, others have tried. It has always failed. I implore you.
There are pen and paper on the table. Is your hand steady enough to write?
It was when you came in.
Quick, then. Write as I dictate. Hurry, my friend.
All right,
If you will remember...
If you will remember...
The words that passed between us long ago. You will understand this when you see it. You do remember them, I know. It is not in your nature to forget. I am... Why are you stopping? Have you written to forget?
Yes. Is that a weapon in your hand?
Where? No, I'm not armed.
What is that in your hand? That cross?
You shall know in a moment. Right on. I am thankful that the time has come when I can prove them. That I do so is no subject for regret or grief.
What vapor is that?
Vapor?
Something that crossed my face.
Nothing. Take up the pen and finish. Hurry! Write! If I had done otherwise than I now do, I should but have had so much the more to answer for. Have you got that?
Yes, Carton. I can write no more. My head... Carton.
Quiet now, will you?
Let go.
So. You out there. Enter. Come quickly.
You put him out for sure.
Now look at the two of us. Do you think you're taking any risk?
There's no risk.
Now get help and take me to the coach.
Take you?
Him, man. Him I've exchanged with. Call help quickly.
We will then. Help here. Come lend a hand. You won't betray me?
Haven't I sworn vows enough? Take him to the courtyard of Tellson's. Put him in the carriage and tell Mr. Lorry to remember his promise. That's all.
The ball is coming.
Oh, now. What has happened to this one?
His friend every morning has drawn a prize in the lottery of Saint-Guillotine. So it affects him.
Is that like a good patriot?
The good patriot needs fresh air. Let's get him out.
Well, then, here you go, citizen.
The time is short, every morning. The hour is 3.
I know it well. Be careful of my friend and leave me.
Your carriages will be ready in a moment.
Citizen Raymond.
Yes?
I am a poor spinster. I was with you in the prison of La Force.
Oh? Oh, yes, I forget what you were accused of.
Plot. Is it likely? Oh, a plot with a little thing like me. I have done nothing, citizen.
I know.
I am not afraid to die. If only the Republic would profit by my death, but how can that be?
I don't know, my dear.
If I ride with you, Citizen Evremonde, will you let me hold your hand?
Of course.
Thank you. It will give me courage. You... Oh, are you... You are not...
Hush.
You are dying for him.
Hush. Yes.
You will let me hold your hand, brave stranger.
Yes, my poor sister, to the last.
In the streets, there is the sound of the rolling tumbrils, and every rumbling turn of the wheels is another second gone, another foot closer to death. Through the throngs of the populace who have come to watch death do his work. And in the front row of the throng, in the seat she always occupies, Madame Defarge's knitting is waiting for her. But Madame Defarge is elsewhere employed. She stands in rooms but lately emptied in flight by certain enemies of the Republic whom she is preparing to denounce. She stands facing a woman as stern as she, and though neither can understand the other's speech, each can see clearly enough into the other's heart.
The wife of Evremonde. Where is she? You shall not get the better of me, madame. I am an Englishwoman.
You are the one called Pross. You are only a servant. My business is not with you.
I'll keep you standing there a while. Depend on it.
It will do her no good to hide. Go tell her that I wish to see her. At once, do you hear?
The longer I keep you here, the farther away my ladybird is getting. I'll not leave a hair on your head if you lay finger on me.
You poor wretch. What are you worth? Citizen Doctor! Wife of Evremonde, child of Evremonde. Anyone but this miserable fool. Answer the Citizeness Defarge.
Call as loud as you will, madame. Call away.
Let me look in that room behind you. Keep back. If they're gone, they can be brought back.
As long as I can keep you here.
I'll tear you to pieces. But I'll have you from that door.
Heaven give me strength. Give me...
Oh, you English fool.
I'm stronger than you. Bless heaven. I can hold you.
Gun here. If I get the gun, I will one of us die. I will one of us.
And the smoke cleared and passed out on the air in the stillness with the soul of the furious Madame Defarge, who lay lifeless on the ground.
Stand here with your back to it. Don't walk.
It is only because of you that I am calm. I think heaven sent you to me.
Or you to me.
Keep your eyes on me, dear child.
No, nothing. If only they will be quick.
They will be quick. Don't be afraid.
Let me ask you one question. It troubles me.
Tell me what it is.
I have a cousin whom I love dearly. She lives in this old country. She knows nothing at all of this.
It is better so.
What I have been thinking, if the Republic does good for the poor, if they are not hungry anymore, she may live a long time.
What then, gentle sister?
Do you think it will be long while I wait for her in heaven?
It cannot be. There is no time there, and no trouble.
You scoundrel. I'm so ignorant. Is it time? No.
It is time.
I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die.
It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known.
A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens is one of the world's great novels, brought to you each week by the National Broadcasting Company. Listen next week to a special Christmas presentation of the radio play A Child is Born by Stephen Vincent Benet. To enhance your enjoyment of this series, we recommend the Handbook of the World's Great Novels, which you may obtain by sending 25 cents to World's Great Novels, Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27, New York. That's Post Office Box 30, Station J, New York 27. A Tale of Two Cities was adapted for radio by Clarence A. Ross. The music was composed by Dick Shores, and the orchestra was directed by Bernard Berquist. The entire production was under the direction of Homer Heck. Jonathan Hall was featured as Sidney Carton. The role of Dr. Manette was played by Maurice Copeland. Charles Darnay by Ken Nordine. Defarge by Ken Griffin. Madame Defarge by René Rodier. Frost by Hope Summers. Laurie by Jess Pugh. The Marquis by Sid Breeze. The Peasant Boy by Charles Mountain. The Seamstress by Martha McCain. Barsad by Ted Liss. The Peasant Girl by Geraldine Kay. The President of the Court by Boris Apollon. And the narration by Sherman Marks. This is John Conrad. This program comes to you from Chicago and is a presentation of the National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.